No, no, I don't. I just, I think they'll be very professional about it. I think they'll play hard. I mean, maybe I'm a little different, Pat. There'll be a huge crowd. You're playing a team that's 18-2, they're ranked third. Like, to me, there's only one way to play, regardless of what else is going on. You play one way. You play as hard as you possibly can for as long as you can, and you do that with an intellectual approach to the game as well. So it's not just physical; it's physical and mental. If there's anything short of that, you're going to get beat by a team of that caliber.
You talk about that and playing one way the whole way through the game. Why hasn't that happened over the last month or so?
Well, I wouldn't say that guys aren't playing hard. We haven't played as well sometimes, and we've played against teams that played better. But I think the kids are playing hard.
How cognizant are you of Jordan's workload, and are you trying to find ways to mitigate that in practices, or?
You get to a certain point of the season, we're not going for 3 hours. We have an 11 o'clock game tomorrow morning, so we're not going to go that long today. Yesterday we went hard, short. I don't really think about that. I mean, I will assess how he's playing and is he tired during the games. And if he's tired, take him out. He doesn't want to come out, and I think he's perfectly capable of playing 40 minutes if he had to. I've said this before, but you got 4 media timeouts per half. You got halftime. Sometimes there's fouls. Sometimes coaches take timeouts. And Jordan's in pretty good shape and a pretty tough kid. He's more than capable of playing the minutes we're giving him. I'm not even worried about that.
60 points a game in Big Ten play. They're one of the top scoring teams in the Big Ten. They've got veterans, but they also have youth. I mean, what makes them so good?
Well, they play together. I mean, they really do. They make the extra pass. They share it on the break. When Haas is in the game, they throw it into him, and they go to him. They run good stuff, and they have counters to it, which makes it really hard to guard. You can't just say, okay, when they come down and they line up like this, they're going to run that. Well, they might. They might run 4 other things that are similar to that. But at the end of the day, it's not what they run, it's who's running it. Vince Edwards is playing as well as anybody in college basketball right now. Haas has emerged with Biggie gone. I mean, he's a handful. And I got a 7'3" guy backing him up with 57 shot blocks. But then it's the other experienced veteran guys, like Hawkeyes, one of the best defenders in the league, phenomenal 3-point shooter, so is Vince Edwards, and so is P.J. Thompson, who's a terrific point guard. So I've just mentioned a bunch of guys, and their leading scorer I haven't even talked about. He's Carson Edwards. He's a sophomore. He's terrific. So they get good, solid contribution from the bench. They only have 2 losses, and the thing I think that you always say about a team like that is you got to beat them. They're not going to come in here and turn it over. They're not going to come in here and take bad shots, and that's why they're ranked 3rd. So we have to execute, and we have to put 2 halves together, which, quite honestly, we haven't really done against good teams. We've played terrific, sometimes one half versus another. I mean, even in some of our better victories, we get down 20 to Illinois, we won. Colorado, we blew 2 leads and won. You got to play both halves against that team.
How do you guys look at tomorrow's opportunity? You get the number 3 team in the country coming to your building.
Yeah, it'll be fun. Like you said, it's an opportunity for us to measure ourselves up against a really good team. So I'm just looking forward to the matchups, the environment, the games. So it'll be fun.
What have timeout huddles been like before Coach comes in to talk to you when he's meeting with the staff? What has that little time been like in the last few games?
Just whoever got something to say speaks up, whether that's myself, some older guys or whatever it is, try to talk to each other, say something, normally something positive, obviously, if we're messing up, then we let each other know.
Are you the most common voice?
Probably, I talk to them on some teams, so. even off the court. So I'm always saying something.
Do you feel like you guys need that? You need to get on each other, maybe more, or? Yeah,
I think it's important to hold ourselves and each other accountable, and that goes, both ways. Myself and people talking to me as well. So I think that's huge for any team, really.
Do you worry about pressing too much in a game like this, try to please everybody, with all the emotion on the line?
Not really. Obviously, a lot of us play with a lot of emotion, and you have to play a lot of emotion to get to the point that we're at with our basketball careers right now. So we never really took that to heart. As these games went on in our career, there hasn't been really a game that we're going to press too much. And, I guess this game's, like I said, is going to have more meaning to it, and we're not going to try to look into it too much and just realize why we're here and why we're wearing the Iowa jersey.
You feel like you guys are still all on the same page? When things go rough, sometimes it's easy to point fingers or get down on each other. But what kind of mentality do you see around here?
I mean, obviously we're all staying optimistic. We're a bunch of resilient guys. Obviously we went through kind of a stretch last year where things weren't going our way. A lot of adversity hit us, and we were able to get something together towards the end of the season and make a run. And that's something we're trying to do. Obviously, we'd love to get that last game because that would have really helped us in the standings of the Big Ten. But at the end of the day, you just have to keep moving forward and worry about the next possession. The next possession is against one of the top teams in the country. So we just have to try to win each possession. That's our goal.
I think that it's not going to hurt us negative. I think if anything, it's a positive to have that because it makes us play even harder. But I mean, we know there's going to be a lot of people there. It's a great team. It's going to be a great atmosphere, and once the ball jumps up, that's when it's game time. But obviously, it's going to be a game that we want to play for not only ourselves but the community and the street family as well.
Sometimes when things don't go well, there's a tendency to point fingers or get down on each other. Have you sensed any of that, or you feel like you guys are still united and trying to work towards getting better?
Yeah, I think that the guys have done a great job to just sticking together and picking everybody up, whether it's in the game, after the game, whenever it is. Obviously the season hasn't gone as planned so far, but I think everybody is still locked in mentally and knows that our end goal is there's still a chance there. And that if we keep playing how we know we can play, maybe not as we've shown, that things can turn around. But I think everybody stayed locked in mentally and is doing a good job of sticking together.
Thanks, Cordell.